back to the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. It's the edition for Tuesday, the 14th day of September, 2021, a day that felt and looked a little more like midsummer once again. Let's start out this evening with a time-lapse video. This was taken today from our transmission tower on the south side of Youngstown, but I could have shown you this exact same time-lapse in July, because again, it looked like midsummer today with these fair weather popcorn cumulus clouds. Of course, the landscape is still pretty green. We haven't seen much in the way of fall colors settling in just yet. So yeah, really felt and looked like a midsummer day today, and when you factor in how high the dew points were and the fact that temperatures were in the mid-80s, you had dew points, or I should say heat indices, around 86, 87 degrees across our area this afternoon. Those who work outdoors needed to treat today like a midsummer day, staying hydrated. 85 is where the mercury stopped at the airport today after a sultry 67 this morning. The record's today 90 on the high side and 36 on the low side. Another cold mid-September morning on this date. What is that, 36 years ago in 1985. Compared to average, high temperatures today were pretty impressive across our region. 10 above average here locally, 11 was the number in St. Louis. The Gulf Coast a little cooler with the rain from Nicholas impacting that region. Some of the numbers aren't in the climate sites out west, but it was, of course, a pretty hot day in California and the Intermountain West as well. Last year was kind of an exception. We had a pretty ho-hum September in 2020 with temperatures about a degree warmer than average, but again, that was kind of an exception. Most of our recent Septembers have been quite a bit warmer than average, and while this September started out on a cool note with several cooler than average days at the start of the month, the pattern that is settling in right now is going to continue for at least another 8 or 9 days, it looks like. So it seems like a real good bet that September 2021 will end up warmer than average and by a higher margin than we had last year. All right, at about 7 p.m., things are quiet here locally. This is our cold front off to the north and west. It's producing showers and some gusty storms in Detroit and Ann Arbor and heading down towards the Fort Wayne area in northeastern parts of Indiana. Severe thunderstorm watch in the counties shaded in yellow. The overall severe weather risk is highest where those storms are ongoing right now. Michigan, northern Indiana, northwest Ohio. The risk lowers off to the east. This line of showers and storms is going to encounter progressively more stable air as it moves deeper into the Buckeye State tonight. It'll move through central and north central Ohio well after dark this evening. So we're losing the heating of the day. There's not quite as much wind shear in our region as compared to a lot of Michigan and into Ontario. So that's why the severe weather risk, while not zero here locally, is much lower overnight. Some places might hear a clap of thunder overnight tonight. You probably will hear the pitter-patter of raindrops on the windows. 3, 4, 5 in the morning, maybe a few claps of thunder, and as tomorrow gets underway, some showers will be pushing through. There's actually a pretty big spread right now on our modeling as far as how much rain to expect over the next 24 hours. With the graph model, GRAF, that's down towards the bottom, only advertising about 1/10 of an inch. The European model, kind of that purple line at the top, is showing almost an inch worth of rain. All this is valid for the Youngstown Warren Airport, but we're going to use it as a general look at our region. I think 1/4 to 1/2 an inch is a pretty good guesstimate, or average, if you will, as far as how much rain to expect over the next 24 hours. Some places closer to 1/4 of an inch. If you get a couple of downpours, you might see 1/2 an inch or so worth of rain between now and this time tomorrow evening. Tomorrow's severe weather threat, as I talked about last evening on Weather Geeks, has shifted farther to the south and to the east. So pretty much they drew the area, as I was speculating about last evening, with the slight risk area instead of up here, more focus from Morgantown to State College to Williamsport up to Albany. And then the low end 1 out of 5 risk gets up to about Route 224 and Interstate 80, but I'm not real gung-ho on severe weather chances around here tomorrow. The front will be passing through early enough in the day, and with enough cloud cover around, we're just not going to get very unstable tomorrow. It's going to be quite a bit cooler tomorrow. Temperatures won't rise much. We'll drop down into the 60s tonight and probably get no higher than the lower 70s tomorrow afternoon. Some showers, yeah, will be fair game to see those throughout the morning and even into the first part of the afternoon. A thunderstorm will be possible, but by the time we get towards the hottest part of the day, mid-afternoon, the front is already passing through, say, East Liverpool and Beaver Falls and up towards Newcastle. And so out ahead of that is where the air mass will be most unstable. West Virginia, South Central PA, and up into New England. Closer to the front and certainly behind the front, it's just going to be too stable for any sort of big-time thunderstorms, it looks like, on our Wednesday. The sky will clear late in the day. Thursday could start with some fog, as temperatures drop well down into the 50s, close to the dew point. And especially if your location does see up to a half an inch worth of rain tomorrow, a decent amount of rain, that'll increase the chances for some fog formation. But it'll be a much more comfortable start to the day Thursday. Nice afternoon Thursday. A good deal of sunshine. Temperatures in the upper 70s in the afternoon. Friday starts dry. We have inserted a small risk of a shower or storm in the forecast for Friday afternoon, with enough instability with weak disturbance just to our east. That's something we can't rule out, but it's a pretty small chance at this point. Dew points will come down a little bit on Thursday, but then they bounce right back up by Friday and the weekend. Still above where we would typically find them in mid-September. So this is a steamy stretch that's going to take us into next week. Look at the deep reds on the 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center east of the Rocky Mountains, and especially from, say, Interstate 77 on east towards the eastern seaboard. I mean, this is a toasty-looking mid-September pattern. I looked at the records. I don't think we're going to break any daily records in this pattern next week, but we're going to have a few days with highs getting into the mid-80s again next week. And this is some raw model data off the European model, ensemble modeling. And when's it going to cool down? Aside from tomorrow, anyway. I think at the end of next week, we're likely to see a cold front passing through at some point towards the tail end of next week, say around the 23rd, 24th, and then into the following weekend. The current model information shows that the pattern's going to start resembling at least closer to what we would expect in the second half of September by that point. But until then, boy, keep the air conditioners in the windows. We're going to be running them from time to time over the next 8 or 9 days. Thanks for watching tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday.